Hello YouTube, I'm Jack Clark, the Human Musketeer, coming to you with another video. How are you? So today we're going to be talking about a brand new card that's coming out in the new challenges. Now for those of you who don't know, we've got the full set spoiler for the new challenges, and of course that will be in the description down below, so you can go check that out in its full glory. And I think the next couple of videos I'm going to be doing is going to be picking out certain cards from the set that I think are particularly interesting, because the card I'm going to be talking about today is uber cool and uber interesting, but we also have a load of other stuff, and I mean, oh my god, Zarbog's Mega Evolution is kind of silly and a Wink Edition all in itself, so Zarbog, awesome. But we're not talking about Zarbog today, we're talking about Valerifawn, Mystical Beast of the Forest. Now, it is a Earth Beast level 2 Tuna monster, and it's got 400 attack and 900 defense. You can discard one card from your hand to then target a level 2 or lower beast type monster from your graveyard, at which point you can summon that target from the graveyard in face-up attack or face-down defense position. This card is awesome, and it is one word: Raccoons. This card is going to be at least staple at 2 in Raccoon decks. I'm calling it now. This card is awesome. This card rectifies one of the problems that Raccoon decks had, is that they can't go into late game at all. Now, Raccoon decks as they stand now can summon lots of stuff from the deck really well, and that's great because it allows them to plus. And of course they have Obedience School, which allows you to summon 3 different level 2 beast type monsters from your deck immediately, and with that and your normal summon you can establish a really powerful field really well. However, the problem with Obedience School is that, of course, you have to use different named ones, which means that Raccoon decks, as they stand, have to use lots of one-offs of really quite lackluster cards, which they wouldn't run normally, but they have to just simply so they can have Obedience School be live as much during the duel as possible. However, it's not going to be the case always, because if you do have to go into late game with Raccoons, you actually have the risk, you run the risk of drawing into Obedience School, and what should be an amazing draw is a dead draw, because you don't have enough beast targets in your deck, which means the deck really can't go into late game particularly too sufficiently. And plus, with all the new cards that are coming out for all these other sets, they really need a bit more of a kick up the backside for them to actually compete. Valerifawn does that in spades, mate. Its effect, of course, allows you to discard one to summon a beast from the graveyard. You summon this, and it's a Mystical Beast of the Forest, which means it has synergy with the other Mystical Beasts of the Forest. Namely, the card that's used in Raccoons a lot is Calentosa, which of course, when it's special summoned by the effect of another beast type monster, you get to pop a card on the field. Use this card, and you can even, with its discard effect, you can get rid of Calentosas that are already in your hand, which are of course are dead draws. That means of course that you can run more copies or less copies of Calentosa, because actually, even if you draw into it, you can discard it, and then of course it actually benefits from you, because if you draw into it, it means that Valerifawn will be live to pop more cards on the field earlier games. So actually this changes up the ratios as well. But in addition to that, I literally, whilst recording a couple of takes of this video, just realised it's a discard cost. The Fabled Cerebral is a common card that is pretty much used as a one-of in all Raccoon decks because it gives it access to the Fabled Unicorn, one of the trolliest, evilest cards in the game. However, you can actually special summon the Fabled Cerebral with this card's effects, and then, of course, to mitigate the discard costs as well, which is awesome. We also have Ayers Rock Sunrise to recur anything, so if you want to discard a card from your hand, don't worry, you will be able to summon it back with Ayers Rock Sunrise, or with another copy of Valerifawn to make other versions of Valerifawn live later on. This card's awesome. Now, one of the things that Valerifawn's also going to be doing is replacing Elephant as the resident level 2 tuners, which makes the deck more consistent, gives it more late game options, and oh my god, the fact that I could probably make a proper Fabled variant of Raccoons, which is not more inconsistent than the previous Raccoon build, then I'm uber excited for this card, and really interesting to see, because I think this may actually properly make Raccoons a little bit more consistent. I mean, because they've had a couple of tops in the past, but now I think actually they've actually got the late game kind of power to be able to do that. The decks are going to start looking a lot more differently, because this now upsets the ratios, so you will use at least 2 of this, but maybe you will see decks which have at least 3 Calentosas, or maybe more than 1 Cerebral because of the discard cost. I don't know, but I'm uber excited for this to get on DN, for me to start testing, and of course if you want to see this card on its full details and all of any of the cards in this set, then you go check that in the description down below. Thank you Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization for giving us all this information and translating it for us. Do check out their website, give them their support, and thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about this card and any other cards that you think I should cover in this, because I'm going to be doing a couple of these videos, because it's uber exciting. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jack Clark, the Human Musketeer. More videos coming out to you soon, but until then, goodbye.